What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you the Jade speed build for Diablo 3 patch 2.4.3 season 9. We're also going to cover the GR20 / starter build. That's going to be coming up here first. Okay, let's talk about the starter build. Okay, let's talk about the two-piece Jade set that you're going to be getting with Hadrig's this season. And this is why we're doing it. This is why we're doing it for the Hadrig's gift. The two-piece, when Haunt lands on an enemy that's already affected by Haunt, it instantly deals 120 seconds worth of Haunt damage. So you'll see me cast Haunt on the elite packs over and over again, because it's just going to continuously do more and more damage to them. The 4-piece bonus. Soul Harvest gains the effect of every rune and has its cooldown reduced by 1 second every time you cast Haunt or Locust Swarm. So you can see spamming Haunt on the same target is really good because we're getting lower cooldowns on Soul Harvest. Okay, what is Soul Harvest and why do we want lower cooldowns on it? Soul Harvest is an 18-yard AoE. You gain 3% intelligence for 30 seconds for each affected enemy. This stacks up to 5 times. So you're getting an intellect buff, and it's going to give you just raw damage from it. You get access to all the runes with the 4-piece that we're going to get from Hadrig. So you get more mana, you get life harvested, so it's like a little heal. You get armor from Languish. You get movement speed from Soul to Waste and Vengeful Spirit. Okay, this is where it comes in. Harvested enemies also take 640% weapon damage as physical. So the general playstyle is you're going to haunt a bunch of elites, get up on top of them, hit Soul Harvest, and they're going to take damage. You're going to get healed, you're going to get more armor. It's just that's basically the skills is cast Haunt and cast Soul Harvest on top of them over and over again. That's why we're spamming the ability, just to get the cooldown up as much as possible. It's our little mini nuke. Really quick, if you're new to my starter builds, I only use like low-level marquee gems, yellow crafted gear in addition to the 4-piece Hadrig's. Nothing beneficial in the cube. Only 40 Paragon total was used in testing. You know, just we want to simulate real and fair play. For passives, I went with Pierce the Veil, Confidence Ritual, Graven Justice, and Fetish Sycophants. I feel like this is just the best overall combo that made it easy to pick up and play. We're using a poison build with Haunt. I'm using Poison Spirit, Piranha NATO to group them up, Gargantuan Big Stinker, and Zombie Dogs just to kind of feed off the poison. We're going to put poison damage on our bracers, and I don't know, it just seems like it synergizes better when you're using one elemental type and you're stacking one elemental type on your gear. One of our main survivability is going to be Jaunt. Okay, Jaunt makes you not attackable for 3 seconds. So as you're running around, you can jaunt, but you can also cast Soul Harvest while you're jaunted. You can still cast your spirit abilities like Haunt. So yeah, it's just there to make you not targetable, and hopefully they target the pets and they just stay off you as much, right? You make sure you want poison damage on your bracers. You want to stack as much crit and crit damage as possible. And then you want to look into getting main stat and vitality, CDR. You definitely want a green gem in your weapon, 2-handed mace like we talked about, all orange gems in your gear, and a white gem in your helmet. I wish you guys the best of luck in your GR20 clear. Alright, coming up next we have the Jade speed version of the build. So we're going to be getting the 6-piece bonus once we down our GR20 clear. Soul Harvest consumes your damage over time effects on its enemies, instantly dealing 300 seconds worth of remaining damage. So if you have like an entire map area dotted up, when you hit Soul Harvest, you're going to be doing so much damage to the elites. On T11 to T13, I pretty much 2-shot every single elite pack I come across, and that's with like unaugmented gear. We tested our Jade build with like 800 and 1000 Paragon just to kind of see the difference, and really you 2-shot elites no matter what. I'm not trying to tell you guys this is the best speed build. It's very fast and efficient, and it's a different play style, and it's fun. But personally, I'm probably going to use Jade until I get my Arakir speed build geared out, and then I'm going to switch over. But since we get it with Hadrig's gift, the 6-piece, you might as well use it and utilize it while you have it for free. You know, it's going to kind of get us off on the right start. We are getting a huge damage increase from the Ring of Emptiness. Okay, the Ring of Emptiness deals 300% increased damage when they're affected by your Haunt and Locust Swarm. So your job is to basically run around with Spirit Walk and with Horrify, haunt the target just like before, and then blow them up with Soul Harvest, and that's pretty much the gameplay. We're using a Wormwood in the cube, and the Wormwood makes Locust Swarm continuously plague the enemies around you, so you don't have to cast Wormwood. Our survivability comes from the Sacred Harvester. It allows Soul Harvest to stack up to 10 times, so we're getting those 10 times stacks on the armor bonuses. and Lakumbas. Okay, Lakumba reduces all damage taken by 6% for each stack of Soul Harvest you have. So we have 10 stacks. 6 times 10 is 60% damage reduction. In addition, I'm rocking the Esoteric Gem, and I just find it to be nice just to have that extra coverage. Since we don't really need help in the damage department, we're using Bane of the Trapped, Bane of the Powerful. We just 2-shot everything, and sometimes you 1-shot. Okay, so if you crit and you do like 80% of the damage, we are using Quetzalcoatl in the cube. It makes Locust Swarm and Haunt deal their damage in half of its duration. So if you crit on an elite, you know it's just going to bleed to death in a few seconds. You can either move on or just attack something else and wait to pick up the DBs, whatever you want to do. We're using the Haunting Girdle. It releases 1 extra spirit, so you're going to be throwing out all kinds of haunts. Like, you basically want to dot everything up. That's why Wormwood's really good. It's continuously dotting everything, and Haunt is just spreading spirits everywhere. So when we finally do hit that big Soul Harvest proc, it's just gonna wreck these elites. So they don't even know what hit them. One thing you'll notice in this build is the first elite kill is going to be a little slow because you need to dot up a bunch of things, and you just kind of got to build up your damage a little bit. But it does take off pretty quickly. Orange gems in your gear, white gem in the helmet. I like cold damage on my amulet. I would definitely recommend you use a Hellfire amulet. I didn't have a good one, so this is one I use with cold damage on it. Creeping Death is absolutely necessary. It keeps your bleeds all over the battlefield, just on the targets forever. You definitely have to use this. If you don't like Confidence or Pierce the Veil, you can mix and match however you like these. I think Graven Justice is another must-have talent. It's going to replenish your mana even though you don't really run out. But it gives you a lot of CDR, and that's just more cooldown for Severance and Horrify. We use Horrify. It haunts the enemy or horrifies the enemy and increases your movement speed. And we're also pairing that with Rachel's Ring of Larceny. So when they do get feared, you gain up to 50 to 60% speed increase. The only thing that this build suffers on is taking spike damage, so you just have to be careful of that. But again, that's like knowing when to Spirit Walk just to kind of stay alive and keeping your Soul Harvest stacked up. The Jade build is pretty awesome, I'd say. It's very close between this and the Arakir build. I'll probably stick with Arakir for speeds, but I'm definitely going to be using this the first part of the season until I get my gear and everything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoy your holiday. Happy holiday. I'm putting this up a few days before Christmas. Links to both builds will be on Diablo Fans in the description down below. Social media links down below. Big shout out and a Merry Christmas to all of you guys. I appreciate all the support you've given me. This has been an amazing year for me. I hope 2017 is even better. Thank you to all my patrons very, very much. You guys help support me, support what I do on a daily basis, and I can't thank you enough for that. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.